皆さんこんにちは and welcome to Shogo's podcast. So today, I like to talk a little bit about some of the comments that I often get in some of my videos, especially the videos related to the rules and manners in Japan. Now, I really personally, first of all, I want to tell you guys that I really don't like calling my videos manners because it sounds like I'm forcing it to someone. But I've made videos talking about the taboos when you go to onsen, taboos when you eat sushi or when you drink sake or things like that. And while I would say about 80% of the people say, "Thank you so much, Shogo. I was able to learn a lot from your podcast and this was great." But also at the same time, there are quite a lot of people telling me, for example, for the sushi video, I talked about, you shouldn't do this when you eat sushi or you shouldn't do that kind of thing. And then there's some people telling me, well, I paid for my sushi, so I'm going to be eating the way I want to eat it. And I want to say that's completely fine. That's completely fine. I'm not hoping to force anyone to do any of the things that I introduce in my videos, including the sake, including the sushi, the train taboos or table manners. I'm not forcing anyone to do it. Again, there's a lot of Japanese people who don't do the things that I explain in the videos either. Yeah. And I would say it's completely okay for everyone to ignore it. But one thing that I do want to make very clear is that following these rules, the manners, well, any table manner or, greetings, for example, anywhere outside of Japan to anywhere in the world, you of course do it for others too, to show them respect, your kindness, but you also do it for yourself too, right? What I'm trying to say is, let me give you another example. For example, there's a lot of rules in shrines too, at shrines. For example, you need to bow before going through the gates, or you have to walk on the side of the road, not the center, to show your humbleness and things like that. You have to, wash your mouth and your hands before entering and things like that. And there's a lot of Japanese people too who make fun of that and say like, why the heck are we doing this? Who's forcing us to do this? And the answer is, no one is forcing you to do that. It's really up to you. You do it if you want to. But the reason why you do these things is because at shrines, by bowing at the gates, by walking on the side of the road, for example, by praying at the main shrine, it's basically for you to maintain your humbleness. Yeah. By bowing to a gate, no one is going to be giving you extra points or money for it. You're just doing it for yourself. Yeah. A lot of things that are taught in Japan, for example, you need to neatly put your shoes after taking them off. For example, just for kids at school, you have to clean your own classroom and things like that. If you feel that you're being forced to do these things, then that's very sad and tiresome, right? Yeah. But if you shift that to thinking that this is for me to basically wash my heart, if you go to a shrine, do all the bowings and prayers and such, you're doing it for yourself. You're giving an occasion for you to try to be humble, to learn humbleness. For sushi too, you're doing it so that the people who made the sushi for you will be happier, right? Or the sushi that it was made specifically for you will be eaten in a tastier taste, right? And in an even more delicious state, right? So basically, it's for you. And so if you're trying to say, if you go to a shrine and you don't want to, experience all the what should I say, the refreshment, I guess, of your mind you can experience there, you don't have to do that, right? It's like you started training in Budo martial arts and you say, I don't want to bow to my opponent because I don't respect him. That's from the point of view that you feel that you're being forced to do it, right? But you bow to the person regardless of who that person is. That's for you to train your mind, right? So I feel a little bit, I guess I could say a little bit sad Every time I see these comments, why do I have to follow these rules? I will, be free to eat or drink or do whatever I want to. And I completely understand. I mean, they're probably talking about freedom. Whenever people talk about manners or rules in Japan, I completely understand that people really feel that, what should I say, they're being forced to do these things. And there are Japanese people who try to force these things on others, and say that these are the rules or these are the traditions and things like that. But that's not the main point. That's not the reason why people in the past in Japan developed these kind of traditions and habits and rules, right? It's not for someone in the future to say that it's important because it has a long history. There's different reasons why it lasted this long, so many rules and manners here. And of course, not everything needs to be completely followed, but I still think that it's a little bit sad to say that, oh, why do I have to care if other people feel, a little bit uncomfortable, feel bad about it? I'm going to be doing whatever I want to. That's fine, but every time I read the comments, I feel a little bit sad. Yeah. So whenever I go to a shrine, and bow at the gates, walk on the side of the roads, I see a lot of Japanese people who don't do that. And that's completely fine. I don't blame them. I don't go up to them and tell them that they're doing something incorrect, but I do it for myself. Because whenever I go to a shrine, I want to make it an occasion where I, reset my mind, forget about the things that I'm worried about, clear my mind and things like that. Whenever I go and eat sushi, for example, I try my best to follow the rules as much as possible because I want to have a good relationship with the person who made it for me. It's the best way for me to, show my respect, my gratitude. Whenever I do Budo martial arts, try to be as polite, respectful as much as possible, right? Yeah, and that's of course for the person who's training together with me, but it's for myself. Humans, we people feel the happiest and we feel the most fulfilling when we do something for others and we make someone else happier, right? So I really feel that the things that the ancient Japanese people have taught us today is all these set rules that you can follow to experience these feelings, right? Yeah. So sometimes they can seem very tiresome. Sometimes you can feel that it's been being shoved against you, that you have to be forced to do these things. But also at the same time, including procedures for tea ceremony too, it's really a teaching from the past of ways for you to show your respect. If you want to show your respect, if you want to show your gratitude, there are set rules for you to do it, and just by following it, you're able to express these things and clear your mind, and things like that again. So I personally feel I just really want more people to understand this, that rules and manners in Japan are not just for being everyone to get in one line and be all the same kind of thing. There are some Japanese people who say that, but the true purpose, the original purpose was not that. I really, really want more people to understand this, and it's my fault that I wasn't able to express this much through my videos. So if we actually if I'm actually able to make any other videos in the future talking about manners and rules again, yes, I'll definitely love to include what I just explained about today. Alright, so then everyone, thank you very much for listening to today's podcast too. As I always say, the ultimate goal of my life is to make all Japan lovers' dreams come true. So as I'm always looking at Instagram or other social media, I know a lot of people are studying Japanese right now and willing to come to Japan to travel or work and train in our traditional culture and such. Yeah. But as you can see from all my videos, Japan is facing a lot of social problems right now. We are losing our traditional culture, and the younger generations who are responsible for carrying on Japan are dying because of all the social issues. So I'm very afraid that Japan might not be able to make everyone's dreams come true in the future. So I really want to dedicate my life to try to make Japan a better place. I want to try to solve the social problems, preserve and evolve traditional culture, and help out the younger generation so they can have a brighter future. And to do that, my first step is to achieve 1 million subscribers by January 2023 on my main channel. So it'd be great if you can give me likes and comments. It'll help to boost my videos to new people who have never seen my videos before. And on my second and third step towards my big dream is already in mind. We've been discussing about it in our weekly meetings with my team members, so I hope we can look forward to that too. I will definitely let everyone know about it once we achieve 1 million subscribers. We'll definitely be doing a countdown live stream, yeah. And after that, I think I'll be making a separate video talking about that, so I hope you can look forward to that too. Alright, and everyone, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much.